Hi there, my name's Reb. If you're new here, which everyone is, welcome. As promised in my last video, we're going to do something a little bit more fun today. I just found these Neocolor 2s in my last video during my studio cleanup and am really excited to try them out. I do not have the faintest idea of when I bought these, but everyone's always raving about them, and I've been wanting to get some for a long time, and I'm just thrilled that I just happened to find some in my studio. I love all the work that people do with them. So I think today we're going to start with a photo of my dog as a reference. This is my dog Charlie. I'm challenging myself to do the Poggist or Doggist, whatever you want to call it, where you draw your dog every day, just to get some practice on drawing, but also to test out some of these new mediums. So let's get into the first drawing. I think that this photo is a relatively kind of straightforward photo with some-ish dramatic lighting, so I think I won't have too much trouble drawing it. That said, I am new to this. It does very much remind me of my childhood and drawing with crayons, but these Neocolors are definitely way more rich and more buttery, which I'm very much enjoying. That said, it is pretty difficult to get some of the details that I'm used to with other mediums like pencils and pens and markers, but that's okay. I like the way that this turned out. I don't think I'm going to add water to this one. These Neocolors are water soluble, but I think what I want to do is make a second drawing and then add water to that one so that I can kind of compare and contrast the two different ways to use it. So let's make that second drawing and we'll be back. Okay, we're back with the second drawing. I didn't do a time lapse of this because it's basically the same photo. The only difference is we showed her a ball, so her little face changed. But I'm having trouble deciding which one I want to add water to. I think I'm going to go with the first one. One, because I really like the way that the second one came out as a crayon kind of drawing. And two, because I think the first one needs a little bit of rescuing as far as values go. So let's add some water and kind of see what the difference is. So as I'm adding water to this, I'm kind of feeling like maybe this isn't the best example to try this on, because there's not really a whole lot of like blending that I'm necessarily doing. I'm just kind of going over the different colors. But that said, I do think that it definitely adds for sure some richness to it and a little bit more of a fuller feel. I think that it looks more like fur in a way, like it's more substantial, but I'm not necessarily opposed to the other one. I really like how the kind of crayon-y look came out, so I think I haven't made up my mind yet as far as, adding water or not. I think it's probably going to come down to the reference. I think that for the next drawing, I will try something that for sure I feel like would benefit from some blending and see how that goes. So for the next drawing, I decided to go with kind of a simple-ish flower arrangement, nothing too complicated, because I just want to kind of play around a little bit more before I really invest time into something. I think that this is going to give me an opportunity to kind of see what the water does in different areas. Some organic shapes like the flowers where, blending a little bit more loosely versus the vase, which is glass and is kind of more detailed and precise. So here is the finished drawing, and let's go ahead and bust out the water and see how that looks. Okay, so I think this one definitely benefited from adding water. The flowers definitely look more rich. There's a little bit of color blending happening, even though I really could have pushed that further. The leaves look smooth, and I think that the vase looks a lot more like glass once you kind of drag the colors around a little bit. So feeling a little bit better about this one. But I do kind of miss the more playful nature of just working in what is essentially a crayon. Okay, so I am a couple drawings into using these Neocolors now. I think I'm feeling a little bit more confident and comfortable. I think that working a little bit bigger really kind of helped me strike a balance between loose and a little bit more detailed, where I'm a little bit more in my comfort zone. I worked on this piece for a good little bit. It's a full spread of my sketchbook, so it took a little longer, but I really kind of enjoyed getting into all those little like negative spaces in between the grass and working on all the expressions of my chickens. I briefly considered going in with water on this, but I decided to leave it as is. I really just like the kind of scratchy, crayon-y look. So here's the finished piece. These chickens are definitely plotting my demise, but that's okay, I love them. They're my little chickie girls. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you had as good a time as I did watching just some fun coloring and drawing and painting with some Neocolors. I really liked the feel of them. I definitely want to do more work in Neocolor. I definitely want more colors. The pack that I have is pretty basic, but I'm gonna hold off on buying any art supplies until I get through some of the stuff that I have already. During my studio cleanup, which was the last video that I made, I did find some more art supplies, so stay tuned for videos about new materials that I haven't used in a long time or ever. And if you liked this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment. All of that helps since I'm just starting out. By the time I post this, I probably will have some new drawings made. I will post those on Instagram, and I'll put links for everything down below. So thank you again for watching, and catch you on the next video where I will be experimenting with more art supplies. Have a good one.